Hey, what's up guys? I hope you are doing well. Sachin Mishram here once again. In this tutorial video, we are going to make low-key disintegration effect. If you are a beginner and don't know anything about After Effects, I still can teach you how to make this effect. We'll go through basics and we'll work our way through it. So let's take a look what we are going to create. Now, before we get started today, I wanted to remind you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share. Let's move on to After Effects. We can start as usual by creating our composition with size of 1920 by X. I named it main count because this is our final render count. Also, I am using standard layout. So let's import our footage to start working on this effect. We can just left mouse double click here or go to import file to import our footage. So let's click import. Now make another new comp. This is a comp where we put our footage. You can give whatever name you want. So I give it a name footage. Now drag footage comp in main comp. Go to footage comp and add your video in it. It would have been nice if you would film yourself against a chroma key, like the blue screen or green screen. And just remember, before filming, do not wear anything in your clothes, which meshes with your green screen or blue screen, because it will not allow you to key out yourself properly. To remove green screen or blue screen, I have already made a tutorial. Link is provided in description how to remove it. For this tutorial, I am going to show how to rotoscope a footage if not filmed on greens or blue screen. So in this case, you would want to select your footage and left mouse, double click on it. It will open in layer mode. In this mode, you can draw something or rotoscope the woman. In our case, we want to rotoscope this woman. Just click on this roto brush tool here and start drawing on the woman like this. Just left mouse, click and drag to show the software what do you want to keep. You can also hold Ctrl on keyboard and left mouse click and drag to the left or to the right to change this paintbrush. So let's hold Ctrl and drag to the left to make a smaller, and if we hold Alt key on keyboard and left mouse click, you can just deselect this part because you don't want to have it. So this is pretty decent mask. And then just click here to drag this mask frame by frame, and with each frame just make sure that your mask doesn't go anywhere. In our case, it's pretty easy mask. So I am going to press play. So this process will be faster. It dragged to the end. Now we can just click here, left mouse click and drag to this point. This point to represents where we created our mask. And now we can just small discuss all to the start. It will start tracking backwards. So once this process is complete, you just need to make sure your mask looking good. And once you are happy with your rotoscoping, you need to click on this freeze button. It will save your project. And once this freeze process is complete, we can just exit this layer mode just by going to this composition mode. So now, as you can see, we basically got a very decent kind of result. And let me quickly show you how you can render this footage with transparent background. So what to do, you need to do this to go to composition, add to a render queue, go to a lossless and change to QuickTime. Then in video output, we want to change it to RGB plus alpha, which means that it will save all your RGB value as well as your transparency value. And finally, click save and click render, and you will have your own footage to work with. So now import your footage which we just rotoscope and rendered out. Now drag footage comp in main comp. Go to footage comp and add your rotoscope video in it. Now come back to main comp. Make a new circle shape layer. Hold Alt and Shift while making circle to get perfect circle. So first of all, I want to apply effect called roughen edges. You can add it from here. Effects and presets, type here roughen edges and right mouse click and drag to out circle layer. If we increase the border of this effect to 65, we can see this effect already working. Basically, border is our enemy. If we increase it, we get more of roughen edges, but I will keep it 65. And also, I want to change the scale. If we increase the scale, we can see that we have less of these edges, and let's maybe change edge type to spike. Yeah, because it's much more interesting effect. And now you can change the scale and you can set any value which you will like. I want to have spiky kind of effect. You can change it later, so it doesn't really matter right now. Now add keyframe to scale property of shape layer. Start with 0 to size something 230, which covers whole comp size. This layer is base of our animation. We can change it later. Now pre-comp this shape layer. I am giving it a name, base animation, because this is base of our prune effect. Search for set matte effect and apply it on footage layer. Select base animation layer as a matte layer and check the inverted matte option. Hide the visibility option of base animation layer so we can see our alpha. Now duplicate the base animation layer. Shortcut key for duplicate is Ctrl+D. Now name it something like glow line. Name doesn't really matter, you can give whatever name you want, and don't forget to on its visibility. Now search for find edges effect and apply it to glow line layer. Now check the invert option. Now add extract effect below find edges effect and increase the black point to extract black portion of layer so we can get line only. We can see line is now outside of body. We don't want that, so add one more set matte effect and take matte layer to footage layer because we want to see line and body only. Now add Vegas effect to crank up the line. Increase segment number so it looks smooth. Change the width of line as you want. Also change color to white. Now add fast blur effect. It's not necessary, but I want to do this to smooth out the line. Now add roughen edges effect to give edges built-in regularity. Decrease border option to fill space in line. Now duplicate base animation comp and turn on its visibility. I renamed this layer comp as back body map because this is going to be our map for creating our back part of body. Search for time difference effect and apply it on our duplicated base animation comp. Take time offset value to minus 0.150 and contrast to 0. Change alpha channel to target and turn on absolute difference. Basically going to do is delay the animation of this layer so we can see our back side of body. Now create a new solid layer and name it back body because this is gonna be our back part of body. Precomp the back body map layer. And add set matte effect on back body solid layer. Take footage layer as a matte layer. Add another set matte effect. And set matte effect in this, take black body map layer as matte layer and invert the matte. Now add one more set matte effect and take base animation layers matte layer. Now add rough and edges effect to get rid of sharp edges. Increase the border value to 26 or something and play with settings until it looks good to you. You can go back to black body map comp and adjust the offset value in case if you want to see more portion of back part of body. Now let's jump into making particle effect. Duplicate the glow line layer and go to duplicated layer and delete some effect like pass blur and roughen edges and leave other effect as same as before. In Vegas effect, increase the width of glow line. Now precomp this layer. I am giving it name particle. Now add CC particle system 2 effect on it. There is only two important settings here. Go to producer and increase the radius in X and Y axis and cover the whole comp with particle. Increase the birth rate of particle, it increase the number of particle. Now go to particle and click on alpha source inheritance option. It allows you to generate particle on only from alpha. Now play with other settings as per what you want from this video. You can also copy my settings, but I want you to explore yourself. You may learn something better than this. Now duplicate the particle layer by selecting the layer and press Ctrl+ D and change some settings like color and velocity just to give it bit variation. Now select all the particle layer and change its blending mode to add or screen to brighten up the particles. Duplicate the one particle layer one more time. This is going to be glow stay layer. Now drag this glow stay layer below the footage layer I am hiding particle layer to see line layer clearly. Now we are going to add glow effects in all the layer. Search for glow effect and apply it on layer. Decrease the threshold and radius. Now add one more glow effect and increase the threshold and radius. Add tritone effect on glow line effect to give color to line. Do the same glow effect technique to all the particle layer also, or you can also copy and paste this effect on other layer, but do some changes if needed. Now let's go back to glow stay calm, change the particle settings. Increase longitudinally to 8 seconds or something. We need footage comp to create our map. So go to main comp and copy the footage layer and paste it on glow stay comp. Hide the footage layer and delete the old set matte effect on the footage layer. Now add set matte effect on particle and take footage layer as matte layer. Now go to particle physics setting and change velocity to 3, inherent velocity to 45, gravity to 0 and direction to 150. You are free to play with settings, but these settings works fine to me. Now come back to glow stay main comp. Now add fast blur effect on it and set amount of 2 or something. Add curves to it and change the RGB curve or alpha to top like this. As you can see, we have melded them together. These particles and with this curve effect and alpha channel, we want to make it a lot more visible. Something like this. Now we have this kind of blob, which is a weaken a bit. Let's type it here. CC vector blur in effects and presets, and with this amount we can get really cool effect. I think really cool effect starts from 30 to about 55, and 30 we will connect particles. Really cool. So if your solo glow stay layer will introduce your particles. As you can see, with these two layers and with the changing of the effect, we can read a bit of connection between these particles. We should really looks like here or some kind of matter. And finally we can add some curve effect, and if we will RGB curve down, we can reduce a bit more of color if we want. Now let's unsolo these both layers. So now with this particle inside, we can get this kind of cool effect. But still, move on to make this go away faster, because as you can see here at the end, it stays for still long. Now just select this glow stay layer, right mouse click on it and go to time stretch and change it to 92. In this case, it will disappear a little faster. Add background so that it looks more dramatic. So this is basically the entire process. How you can create effect like this. So this is basically the entire process. How you can create an effect like this. I hope you liked it, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you like to discuss, you can follow me here on Instagram @meshsachin. And also you can check all my other tutorials. This one is really cool, it's really fast. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.